Yes, now. Hi, everybody.
That was fun.
So listen, I don't want to be. Look, we're going to watch Star Trek. We're going to have fun tonight.
Everybody will.
I don't mean to bring the mood down right
We're gonna
away.
wag tongue.
Be
Sorry.
serious.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm sorry. This is a serious topic.
It's a serious topic, and
It really is.
it really is. Look, we live in a very polarized country, right? Where we're always at each other's throats all the time. We focus so much on our differences and not on the things we have in common. And I feel like sometimes we lose sight of our basic humanity and the fact that underneath everything, and once you get past all of our, comparatively petty disagreements, we're all the same. We're all human beings, and that's why I feel like it's important today, especially today, since we happen to be having a live stream,
Mm-hmm.
to acknowledge that common humanity and that common decency that we are all called to in our, our best moments. And no matter what your personal feelings may be, to join as one and say, rest in peace, John Ritter, who has been dead for 22 years as of tomorrow. I just wanted to say that.
The passing of an icon.
Passing of an icon. It's been, it feels like only yesterday he was still with us.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Three's Company wasn't your cup of tea, but I mean, I feel like,
I mean, he did a lot of stuff.
He did a lot of stuff. Hearts of Fire, Problem Child 2, Stay Tuned, Hooperman, vastly underrated show, Hooperman. Great show. Only got one season, but great show. Ahead of its time.
And Flo from Alice. Apparently.
John Ritter was Flo from Alice?
Flo
just died. Oh, word, I didn't know that. So someone died tragically today too.
Yep.
Wow. That makes you think.
Yeah. Apparently
Rest
some
in
students
peace,
as
Flo.
well, but I mean, I guess we're used to that.
Rest in peace, Flo, and any students who may have been killed in a shooting that isn't getting as much attention
as it should.
As another one for some reason. Yes, William Tucker, Hearts of Fire with Marky Post. That's correct. And a young Billy Bob Thornton. Although, ironically, like many years later, he would look younger than he looked on Hearts of Fire because he lost weight and he just looked younger, even though he wasn't. Now he looks older because it's like 30 years later. But, when it was like 5 or 10 years later.
Not so much. Hi, Debbie. Hi, everybody. Hi, Snake Cat and everybody.
So, yes, we're watching Star Trek. Woo! We're watching Deep Space Nine. We are watching Season 6, Episode 11, Waltz. So if you have not done so already, go ahead and cue that up on whatever you got, whether it's a streaming service or DVD or whatever. And we will be watching it in about, 10, 15 minutes whenever we get through our typical pre-show gab fest.
Woohoo!
So let me ask you this, Dana, because
yes.
I know this is like the big sort of thing in your life at the moment. How are rehearsals going for Sarah Plain and Tall?
So much fun. I really enjoy it. I really am. It's and it's so nice because we don't have rehearsals on Wednesday. We will next week because it's like, dress rehearsals, like final dress. We open next Friday, not day after tomorrow, but the following Friday. So yeah, pretty stoked. But yeah, we won't have the live stream next week, but then it'll be back on the following week. Woo-hoo. And then I can tell you how the opening weekend went. So
yeah. Yeah, we will be. We'll remind everybody of this at the end of the show. But yes, we will be off next week because Dana's a big shot, and she's going to be on stage.
Billy Joel.
The right stuff. This is twice now. I've incorrectly identified the song you were going for. What song are you
Okay.
doing?
Big Shot. Billy
Oh,
Joel.
Big Shot. Oh yeah, Billy Joel. Of course. How could I
Thank
get that
you.
wrong?
I, on purpose, I thought. I really did. I thought you were just being a jerk,
You know my favorite
as
part of that
usual.
song? My favorite part of that song is when he loosens up at the end, when he's just kind of, just like
Going.
there's just kind of going, and he goes, "No, you had to be a big shot." And he's really just feeling it. He's just like, "Fuck it, I
He's
don't
just
care.
going for it.
Songs
I'm
songs
Billy
almost over."
Joel. I can
It's
do
the
whatever I want.
it's the 70s. I'm Billy Joel. I can do whatever I
I'm
want.
probably on more than a few things. Hi, Grover Chan. Yeah, join us. Woohoo!
Yes, good to see you, Groover Chan. Good to be here. Glad you're here. Snakebit Cat says since Star Trek Day happened, and yes, Star Trek Day was a couple of days ago, was the 8th, and September 8th is Star Trek Day
September
because
the
that's
8th be with you.
no, September the 8th. No, in Star Trek it actually means something. In September the 8th is Star Trek Day because that's the date of the first episode of Star Trek premiering on television in 1966. So Snakebit Cat says, since Star Trek Day happened, since our last meeting, I celebrated it by watching the DS9 episode Far Beyond the Stars and the Strange New Worlds pilot. What about y'all? I didn't actually do anything specific to celebrate. I mean, if I happen to watch Star Trek that day, I do. If I don't, I don't. But we will be watching Far Beyond the Stars very soon as a part of our stream here. It's not the next Deep Space Nine, but it's the one after that. So Far Beyond the Stars is coming up very, very soon. For some reason, in my mind, I always think that Far Beyond the Stars comes after In the Pale Moonlight, but it actually comes before. But those are two, Far Beyond the Stars and In the Pale Moonlight are two episodes that are routinely cited as like the best Deep Space Nine episodes, and they are both in season 6.
Woohoo!
So we will be watching Far Beyond the Stars very soon, and In the Pale Moonlight not super soon. We still have a few in between, but it's coming up in this season.
So yeah, overall things are going pretty good. I'm well, Debbie, an attempt will be made. We're obviously, well, not obviously maybe, but we are not allowed to record the performances, but we can record parts of the rehearsal. So if I get the chance to record some of the rehearsal, I will hopefully have some clips that I can put up on my channel and share to give an idea of what it was like. I'm really enjoying it.
And it sounds like it's going really well. I mean, from
Yeah.
what you tell me, I only know what you tell me, but it sounds like it's really coming together nicely.
Yeah. So we open. So next week is Tech Week. We open the Friday at the end of next week, and then tomorrow night, because obviously we don't have rehearsal tonight. Tomorrow night we have our first full dress rehearsal with the entire play and all of our props and all of our costumes and lights, sound, the works.
Right.
Which is the earliest I've ever done a full dress rehearsal. Like sometimes it's not, I have had shows where we did not have a full dress run through until the night before we opened.
Yeah.
that stresses me out. I've had some where it's relatively common not to have costumes at all until Tech Week. And like, this has been really nice because we started getting costume pieces in and started using them, bit by bit, really just as of this past Sunday. But we've been using props for a couple of weeks now, just, as they started coming in, we were just like, okay, this is it. And then that helped us figure out where the most convenient place for it backstage would be. There have been a couple of times there's a scene where my character Sarah, comes on stage and is asked where she's going. She's going out to pick flowers, and then she goes off stage, and when she comes back, she has flowers. But like when she comes on stage, the second time, she has a basket of flowers. And so finally I was like, look. And so we got to the point where I bring the basket on stage and then I have the flowers, but they weren't setting the basket separate from the flowers. So like the flower basket was over here. And it took me a little while to be like, no, they have to be separate to start with so that I can put the flowers in the basket.
Right.
Cause I was having to go, oh shoot, I need a basket. I'm grabbing the laundry one and we're just, cause it's just rehearsal. So, you make it work. But, so yeah, we had plenty of time to work through some of those kinks. William Tucker,
Yeah.
hey, it's pizza night. So have pizza next Wednesday or
Is
not next Wednesday.
Is there a like a specific reason why you have so much more rehearsal time for this one than you typically have had for other ones? Like, are they doing like a lighter schedule with that theater group this year or something?
No, because we've been ready for it. Like people have learned that. I mean, like we don't have to be. So we've been off book for a little while, but people were going off book and like leaving their script in their pocket or even off stage before that was called for. And like, we're not even off book, no call line until Sunday, like this coming Sunday. Like we're going to have a full dress rehearsal before we're technically required, according to the schedule, to be fully off book, don't call a line.
Wow.
Because that's like you go off book and then you can call for a line for like a week or two. But like, and so, yeah, we're just, just
so
working extra hard.
Yeah, like the amount of time you have is the same, but it's just everything's just coming so quickly.
Everything's just falling into place. I mean, don't want to jinx it, but
that's great.
Yeah. And then Groover-chan, we also like we're rehearsing in the theater. Like we have the stage. I think the first, well, I mean, obviously before we started blocking it, we weren't on the stage, so we were like chairs in a circle in front of our stage for the first reading, because that's the room we've got. Like that's it. We have that, and then we have like two little rooms alongside for dressing, but we don't have a whole lot of other space other than that for that. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds like you've really enjoyed.
I really have.
This one. Yeah,
and I mean and there have been a lot of other roles that I really, and I don't think I enjoy this role as much as I've enjoyed the last couple that I've done. I think the last two that I did have probably been my favorites, because I'll say the last three, because the one I did before this was Rachel Lynn from Anne of Green Gables. That was a fun character. The one I did before that was in Shakespeare in Love, Richard Burbage, which was so much fun, and I got to do sword fighting. That was so much fun. And the one I got to do before that was Miss Minchin. She's the headmistress, and she is the evil old lady, and well, maybe not old, but the very strict, who doesn't approve. And they gave me a cane. I could kind of as I'm walking along, I'd be very intimidating with a cane. That was so much fun too. So those roles I think were more fun than Sarah, but this process has been overall more enjoyable. And I'm not sure why, but it's been less stressful. It's just things have just fallen into place, and it's been
great.
Really nice.
It's great. So. Yeah. 255 AD says, apparently this episode originally was supposed to end with Ducat saying, "You too will learn what it's like to lose a child." Glad they abandoned that idea. Jake isn't even in this episode. Yeah, I mean, if they had Ducat say that doesn't mean they would have had to kill Jake off, like to pay it off. Like he could have tried and failed or something, like, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, because as you point out, and not spoilers, Dana, but Jake isn't in this episode. So it will be weird if Ducat like ended the episode with a threat on a character that we don't even see in the episode. But also, I mean, and okay, on the one hand, you could justify it by saying, well, Ducat's just crazy, but why would he blame Cisco for Ducat's daughter is dead, Zial, but why would Ducat be mad at Cisco for that? Cisco didn't have anything to do with her death. Now, that doesn't mean that Ducat wouldn't blame him, because again, Ducat's an asshole and he's fucking nuts by this point. So maybe he does blame Cisco, but that feels like, you would need to work. You would need to explain that.
I figured you were talking about, if this episode was supposed to end with that, there was some kind of connection in the episode, which I haven't seen yet. So I'm just like,
maybe.
Okay, but maybe apparently they didn't do that either. So it seems like a line that would have come out of the left ear. Snippet
But
Cat
yeah.
about start rehearsals for Richard III. Well, I
Oh,
hope
wow.
that there will be 5 curtain calls for you.
I played Richard III.
There were 5 curtain calls. They all know the story. So yeah, it's just and then oh my gosh, and then of course I've told you about this already. I've had a really fun week at school. So my planning period is at the beginning of the day, and one of my classes, the sophomores, my class of sophomores was supposed to have a test on Tuesday, and then they had like a whole class field trip on Wednesday. And I didn't go because my other classes are all juniors. So anyway, so I was like, okay, test, and then they'll have a day. Anybody who doesn't go on the field trip will have a chance to make stuff up, and then we'll pick things back up on Thursday. Well, then on Monday, at the end of my planning period, the entire county's internet, like the county school system's internet goes down, like the whole thing. And so the whole rest of the day, no internet, which was fine for my sophomore class because we were reviewing for the test, and that was all on paper. We had, they working with the book, answering questions. Whoever finishes the review, you can work together. Whoever finishes the review first gets candy. Spoiler, anybody who finishes it, when you get it done, you get candy. But, if you finish first, you get the pick of the batch. And then, if we run out of Skittles or whatever, and you didn't get yours done until after the Skittles were gone, oh, well, you should have worked harder. So anyway, that was, but the other classes, everything was online. Like the worksheet that they were supposed to get a Google Doc. Each student was going to get their own copy. I had a slide that I was going to go over. We had a video we were going to watch. And I'm just like, I had nothing. And I'm just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. So I was like, okay, putting things together. Somebody else had a digital copy of had a printout copy of the worksheet. So they ran photocopies of that for me. And then I was able to pull a story that I was going to do on Tuesday with those classes. And I had printouts of that. So we used that. And then I just went ahead and I did my grammar lesson that I was going to do on Thursday for those classes. And I'm reconfiguring things. And then I'm just thinking, oh God, the test tomorrow. I don't have a print copy of the test. And we don't have internet at all. So I can't access the test to make a print copy.
Oh no.
So my plan was, as of Monday night, go to school on Tuesday morning, get my school laptop, bring it home so that I can log in and then access the test, and then copy paste it into Microsoft Word, and then print it, or then email it to my home computer so that I can print it from my home computer to the home printer, and then take that back to school and photocopy that. Also, while I'm at home, I would also need to, I have an app on my phone that will scan Scantron things, but it has to have, it's got its own proprietary, which you can just use for free. It doesn't cost anything, but it has its own proprietary Scantron printout. So then I'd have to download their Scantron printout, print it to the home computer, and I also photocopy that and do all of this before any classes started on Tuesday. I'm just like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
But then
I got to school and the internet was back on Tuesday because they were saying it wasn't going to be back till like Wednesday. Maybe, lunchtime Tuesday, which is too late because my sophomores have already had class by then. And I can't not give the test on Tuesday because then on Wednesday, I won't see them. And then Thursday, we've had 2 days of like none of this stuff since we reviewed it. And I'm just going to be like, by the way, here's the test that you haven't been thinking about for like 2.5 days. Oh, thank God. But I was just like, just sick. And then just exhausted yesterday because I was just like, oh, thank God it all worked out. Like after I ate lunch, I'm just like, I just want to sleep. I'm so tired. So yeah, it's been an adventure and I'm still kind of reconfiguring. Okay, what did I already do that I wasn't planning to do until later this week, and I grabbed it and pulled it in. So yeah, things are still a little bit haywire, but they did. It could have been a whole lot worse.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't. So, Groover Chan says, for when we get to the episode, does anyone know what class of starship they're on at the start? I have no idea.
English class.
I have no idea. Yeah, it's an English starship. I have no idea, but once we see it, if anybody in the chat is it happens to recognize it, go ahead and say. But okay, so are you
No idea.
ready to?
Yeah, let's.
Okay,
So hopefully I think somebody was it Liz was trying to find the right DVD. Anyway.
Nebula
Oh, and
class,
it's a
by the way,
Nebula class
people are saying.
starship. That there we go. Do they have a Hugo class?
I don't know.
They should. Because
Hey,
then they could have the Hugo and the Nebula.
speaking of Nebula class starships,
Yes.
there's one right there.
Oh, great.
I got that for my I think it was Star Trek janitor. I got it for as a prop to represent one of the ships that the janitor had served on. Anyway, you were about to say.
Oh, I didn't tell you this. So Debbie says, if I was a teacher every day I left the school, I would go straight to happy hour. So on Monday, I think it was Monday when I came back over to the house because I was having to reconfigure things because we didn't have internet. I remember thinking, it's only like 3 minutes back to the school. If I like down 4 or 5 shots, I can make the drive safely and it won't hit me until after I'm back there.
Okay.
No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Good.
But the thought was there.
Because though I mean, I'm glad you didn't do it, but do you know a word that describes people who seriously entertain thoughts like that?
Fired?
Alcoholic. That's what we call those people. Anyway, so would you like to tell the people how
okay,
how this watch along thing works?
So we are watching season 6, episode 11.
You are correct.
Oh, look at me go! And I'm not sure what the title is. I'm sure it's on the. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because people were talking about waltzing. So anyway, excuse me. So make sure whether you're DVD or you're Paramount Plusing or whatever, that you've got the episode pulled up and you have it at 000-ish. Mine's at 0001 because that's where it stopped. And if it's not exactly right, that's okay. But if you get like completely off, like if you have to restart your computer, you get the wheel of death, you have to restart your computer, you can look up here at the time code and just kind of pull it around there, and that's where we'll be.
There you go.
And then, so once we've all got it queued up to zeros, then hover your finger over the touchpad or on the mouse or on the remote, and Steve's going to count us in. He's going to say 3, 2, 1, play. And when Steve says play, Steve says play. When Steve says play, we'll all click play at the same time. We'll watch it together.
That's how it works. Okay, everybody. Hopefully you're all queued up and ready to go. And we will watch.
Queued up and ready to go.
And hopefully everybody else is too, because we're going to watch Waltz as soon as I count this in. Like Dana said, everybody hit play when I say play. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, play.
It looks like a pontoon boat. I'd never noticed that before. I don't know about that. Oh, baloney. You're being way too hard on yourself. I mean, you could say, by wishing death on him, you're actually wishing things would get better.
You could say that.
Yum, 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 yum. I mean, not you are. You just considered. Now testify. Hmm. Did we skip some episodes?
Hmm?
Did we skip some episodes?
We only skipped the one, the mirror universe one. Why do you ask?
Well, his momentary instability. I'm like, what did he do? I don't remember.
He went kind of well. He went kind of cuckoo at the end of the when Ziala
Like
was
right when
killed.
she died.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no! Yeah, Cerulean. He's just not a very nice guy.
Yum.
255 AD. Maybe that's why they didn't. They had Cisco say that he didn't really name specific charges. I mean, the idea that Ducat is being transferred to someplace for a hearing is just the setup for the episode anyway. It really doesn't matter like what he's being tried for. It's just the general idea of he's being transferred from one place to the next, and Cisco is there too, and the episode happens.
I guess I don't know. I think I'm kind of trying to figure out if there was something I missed because yes, he was, I don't know, very upset and, let's say irrational
Yes.
when his daughter died. But like, okay, that's like that's a reasonable response. Like that's a perfectly valid response. It doesn't mean like, he's gone complete. They're acting like he went completely cuckoo, and I felt like I didn't see that. Does that make
Ah.
sense? He was grieving, and that's perfectly valid. I'm just like, I feel like I miss it. Like I thought he like went and like killed a bunch of folks or something, but this is still talking about his previous crimes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
His makeup looks different. He's pinker than I remember. Really pink. Ooh, you're an escort. Mm. Oh, directed by Renee. Oh, she'll know it. Hmm.
You heard what she said. We have 152 hours and not a second longer. Mr. I Love the Ants, he was going to testify at Ducat's hearing.
Is there anything I can do about it now? Nope.
Nope. It's a future space cast.
Ooh, funsies. Oh, he's having fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Saw that coming.
Chicken shit disappeared before I could shoot you.
There's a joke there
exactly.
about he dodged a bullet.
Lucky him.
Lucky him.
Lucky him.
Okay. Well, 255 AD, they may be, acknowledging that he's probably dead, but 3 escape pods. Yeah. There's people on them. Somebody's there. It's not just about the captain.
Well, like, what are they supposed to do? Start crying? I mean, they're professionals. Yeah, they got
stuff to do. Yeah, they got stuff to do. I thought he was going to talk. Oh, boy. I thought he was going to talk about like a wound that got gangrenous, maggots.
Look at it this way. We're finally taking that guy's camping trip we always talked about.
I know. There's no marshmallows, but we're making the best of it.
It's not my fault. Starfleet don't pack marshmallows in their ration kits.
Starfleet don't pack marshmallows. But you know what we can do? We can hold hands and sing campfire songs.
Let's have a sing-along.
I'm going to the shucking of the corn.
Haven't you had enough of that?
Yes. 255 AD. Don't start spreading that around. That's how I've gotten out of running it for years.
You're not going to blow up my body.
No. Dust bunnies or explosive decompression. Which one do you want?
Just drink your bone broth, Ben.
I will say it's quite tasty. Although it does help if you season it.
So Cardassians don't season their food? I always thought they were supposed to be analogs for Nazis, but apparently they're the British.
You say? How they're doing? You know how they're doing? Oh, they're alive. I think you can do that on YouTube, Azalea. Mute this tab. He's so whiny when he's not feeling well. My old friends all like me. I don't know what you're talking about. Cerulean, that is true of I maybe not all, but most dictators.
Yeah.
They don't like being laughed at. Charlotte Dance, I like that.
Yeah. Which side do I believe?
It's nice that there's a rock to lean on.
I love you too.
It's not beeping now.
It was making different beeps.
Oh.
You're such a worrywart, Benjamin.
I'll just sit over here and be obvious. I don't see what he's so mad about.
You don't see what who's so mad about.
When he says you're right. Yeah, they know they're lying to each other. Did they? Whoopsie.
Woohoo! Now remember, friends at home, you didn't see anything.
That poor emissary stuck there with gold ducat. Must suck for him. Come on, Benjamin. You have to say, old friend. Think of me. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye.
I want the people I brutally oppressed to respect me.
It's really a no. I don't think that's accurate. That doesn't mean you didn't do terrible stuff. And yet, you know, a stainless steel fist.
do you do you two need some time alone, or?
But we just saw three. Yeah, it's the only two.
Yeah. This is terrible. I don't know how Randy Orton stands it. Fake out.
Dun dun dun.
They Silence of the Lambs does. Have you been hiding utensils from me, Benjamin?
Metal. Were you trying to form some sort of rudimentary lathe?
That's what I think of your comm system.
Oh no, you had established a level of trust. It's just like a level of trust that is zero. That was the level of trust that was established. You just thought it was a different level, and you were wrong.
I heard her say we have all the time we need. Shut up, Dax. You may walk or I may drag you. It was a pretty chill reaction from Worf. He didn't threaten to tear out his guts or anything.
Moral calipers. Oh, the chewing! Oh, listen to that enunciation! Well, I mean, now that you've fried the thingamabob. Hooray, Cerulean! crew. Who are you? Perry Mason. Oh, man. You sucked at that. I don't know, Zerilla, and maybe people who like chairs. Just saying. Reuse and reset. Oh, never mind. Liz, that's great.
Yeah. But did they appreciate it? No.
No. Of course not.
They made you kill them, right?
Blinded by the light. Nobody appreciated me. The final meltdown. Who's dead now? Who's dead now? Actually, that one got away. you mean hate it? I still do. Oh, Azalea Jane, I think he's got that covered. Their earrings, they don't even match. They only wear one.
Acting! Yeah, baby. Six Sepaturanas, bitch. He should have hit him a few more times. Like, I feel like he should have just finished the job here.
What about that is why you're not an evil man? I'm confused.
What was that?
He says, and that's why you're not an evil man.
He's being sarcastic, Dana.
Oh, okay. It's like
he's being sarcastic, Dana.
Cerulean, yes.
$255 AD should he have gone for the neck? I hear that's quite effective.
Oh, hug it out, guys. Hug it out.
Were you really going to leave without saying goodbye?
Oh, the hair's flopping now. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a really powerful kick for that angle.
You fuck, that was my bad knee.
Good thing he's, a middle-aged man.
Anyway, I'm going to go.
Bye-bye now.
Hammer time?
Beep, 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 beep.
You can tell it's working because of the little blinky lights.
I was trying to sleep.
I've had kind of a rough few days.
Dun, dun, dun.
And all I'm saying is, whose names are first in the credits? That's all I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah, that's a really that's I'm surprised you liked it, to be honest.
Like this episode?
Yeah, I mean,
Tell me why.
because like you don't. I mean, anytime I have a piece of gum, I can just feel you tensing up at all that chewing.
Well, yeah, because that's a disgusting habit that people should be that people should be imprisoned for, frankly.
Yeah, you say because like you just keep chewing it and you don't just swallow it and eat it.
Chewing scenery is not disgusting, though. Chewing scenery is entertaining. What did you think? What did you think of it? Seriously,
it was fun.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
It's fun. It's funny. I don't think it's intentionally like it's supposed to be dramatic, but
I mean, it's as I have said many times before, it's Star Trek acting. You know, I mean, it's serious, but it's also Star Trek. So, careful. You okay?
Yeah, I wonked my finger on the lamppost over here. I don't know if you saw it.
Careful.
But yes, larger than life.
Yeah, I mean, it's theatrical. What I like about it, other than sort of the fact that it's mostly a 2-character episode. I mean, you have the little cuts to the Defiant, mostly just to explain how they get off the planet. I really think that's the only reason that Defiant stuff is there, because it's like it's not there to create any kind of tension, because it's like we know they're alive, and
yeah, I mean the only tension is whether they're just going to rescue whether they're going to rescue both of them or just the one.
Yeah.
That's the only tension.
And maybe some curiosity about what the specifics are going to be, but I mean, but like, and I was going to bring this up, Philip, and this was speculated for many years, and I think it was eventually confirmed by Ira Steven Behr, who is the showrunner of the series at this point. One of the reasons they did this episode was because there were a lot of fans who liked Gul Dukat, and not liked him as in what a great villain, what a great character, but
what a fun character.
Yeah,
thought he was heroic.
Thought he was like, that he was redeemable somehow, or that he was, like in between, or like an anti-hero, or like straddling the fence, and that was never the intention of the creators of the show. And so they said, okay, we're going to do this episode, and we're literally going to have him say, I hate the Bajarans, I consider them inferior, and ultimately I wish I had killed them all. So okay, he's not the good he's not the good
bad guy. Duh.
Yeah, which but yeah.
Cerulean says it's supposed to be melodramatic. Well, it's definitely dramatic. I don't think there's a whole lot that's mellow about it.
Oh, and Caitlin brings up a good point. Yeah, they do make every effort to at least use the regulars in every episode, even if it is just a token appearance, because they're like, what are we paying these people for? Why are we paying them as regulars if they're not in every episode? So there's some of that going on too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really absolutely a charismatic villain is really important.
Oh yeah.
And but like, I think for a character that I mean, that people love to hate, I think you have to get more I mean, petty, and also, you got to have those kick the dog moments, because I mean, Dukat's just too much fun to have around. I mean, he just really is. He's too amusing a character.
The thing with Dukat is, like, they do give him a little arc where it seems like he's on his way for like a redemption, but then they cut it off. Like he joins the Dominion, and he
Mm-hmm.
and and it's strongly implied that the reason he joins the Dominion when he does is because they put him in charge. Like he gets to be he's placed on top as like basically the king of Cardassia. Like
Yeah.
that's
He gets
part
to
of
be in
his
charge
deal.
of that. Of
Yeah.
that.
And it's like, so his whole arc of like, well, I'm going to be a freedom fighter and I'm going to be a father to my daughter. It's like, no, he didn't mean any of that. He just wants whatever the most personal glory that he can get. That's his whole motivation behind everything he does, you know? But because they give him that arc and because they do give him some complexity and because Mark Alimo is just a great actor and makes him a very compelling character, there are some people that are like I answered a question similar about something similar to this in my video that went up today, my Trek Actually comment response video, not about Star Trek oddly enough, but about Andor and how some of the fascist characters on Andor, like when the second season of that show was still being released, I saw people on social media and like people that I'm familiar with, not just randos, but like people I'm familiar with who are, reasonably intelligent, reasonable people who would like had grown really attached like to the fascist characters, some of them, to the
Mm-hmm.
point that like they were fantasizing that maybe they were going to turn out to secretly be good guys because he can't really be evil. I mean, he's, and it's like I feel like you're really missing the point of this show that
Yeah.
you clearly love. It's like if you're looking at like there was one character, and I get like in the video, I forget his name, but he was like the older, like the one of the leaders in the Imperial Department of Information, like the main sort of bureaucracy of the empire that Andor examines. And he's like an old white guy, like a white-haired guy, and kind of professorial. And there was someone that I really, usually like on social media that was like, he reminds me of like, your favorite professor from college. And I'm like, he's a Nazi. Like he might be amiable and likable and
Mm-hmm.
scholarly and fatherly. He's a Nazi.
Yeah, you know what we call amiable people who supported that regime? Nazis.
Yeah. And it's like, and the thing is, like, the show makes no bones about that. Like
Yeah.
Andor, that's one of the things I'll give it, as much as I sort of, make fun of it for not being very interesting. Like it makes a very clear distinction. Like there are good guys and there are bad guys in this show. And
Mm-hmm.
the bad guys are Nazis. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what they are. And yeah, maybe they're interesting, maybe they're smart, maybe they're cultured, maybe they love their kids, whatever. They're Nazis. And
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like if you're paying attention to the show, you shouldn't ever lose sight of that. But because they're not cartoon characters, some people, not everybody obviously, but some people convince themselves, I bet he's going to turn out to be like a spy or something. He can't be a bad guy. Okay. I mean,
And I think there are a couple of things. It can be because I mean redemption arcs do exist, and then the heel, not just a redemption arc but a heel face turn. It turns out that it's just a misunderstanding. Da, da, da. So I think as a storyteller, it's important to be careful about that, to be aware of those things, and to
yeah,
make it, because you don't want to just make it painfully obvious, but like you can be really, you don't have to tippy toe around it. So I mean, somebody mentioned Mother Gothel in the chat, and
mhm,
like nobody thinks of her as like a misunderstood hero, and you can make the case for it, because let's be real, she was the one who knew about the flower, and the whole thing is about her not being willing to share. When she had the flower, she would go and use it every however often she needed to, but then when the queen was sick, the soldiers came and like dug the damn thing up and destroyed it, like put it into a potion that they gave to her. That sucker is gone forever so that it could help the queen heal. And like, I can understand her being pissed about that, because, in her case, she was able to use it indefinitely. We don't know how long it lasted. So anyway, but like, anytime she's on screen, like, she's being selfish in an obnoxious way. Like, not in a way that makes you uncomfortable to be around her. She's still fun to watch on screen, but she's being mean. like,
Right.
and not in a funny way, just like, yeah, like, oh gosh, she's just nasty. And so there's no question about it. And we also like, for all the, I think almost having Avery Brooks just chew up the scenery as much as, you know, Gul Dukat does, it undermines the seriousness of, yes, this is evil, because we're just enjoying the over the top acting. You know, we're not taking it seriously. And I feel like if he had been directed to tone it down and say, you know, when he's escaping, I guess, or when Gul Dukat is escaping, say, no, just, you know, just seriously, without spitting out his lines,
Mm-hmm.
say, you're evil and I'm done with you.
Yeah.
And have it be a quieter sort. I think people, you know, I don't know. That was like years and years ago. But I feel like, you know, especially having that be different from how he often does deliver that type of thing,
Yeah.
might have made more of an impact. I don't know.
What's really funny about the way certain fans reacted to this episode we just watched back in the day when it first came out. I mean, there were some people who criticized it for what I feel are genuine, are reasonable, you know, like the overacting, you know, and the fact that
The overacting was fun,
um
but that's just me.
you like the device of, like, you know, Ducat having the hallucinations to talk to, which they do some really interesting things with,
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
all but they also use that as kind of an obvious device to let the audience, like, hey guys, he's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, it's not a super subtle episode, whatever you think of it, whether you like it or not. It's not a
Oh
super
no.
subtle episode.
No.
But there were some people who, and I think these were like the team Ducat people, they didn't like it because they considered it character assassination. They were so attached to their concept of, like, good guy Ducat, or potential good guy Ducat, or Ducat who was going to turn out to be a good guy by the end, right? That when they saw this episode that says, no, he's a bad guy, like, they did not like that at all. And it's a little weird when
But
you
the
see
other
an
thing is,
episode.
if you're that married, if you're that sold on the idea of the potential for turning things around, then it doesn't matter. Then there's no such thing as character assassination. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because that's the whole point. I mean, freaking Darth Vader. Okay. In
Yeah.
that case, if Gul Dukat is this bad at this point, there's still a possibility. So you can still hold on to hope if you really want to. So
Yeah, but yeah, it's just, but the other thing is, like, nothing other than the fact that he goes over the top and he's like ranting and raving and sort of saying things out loud. You're like, I'm going to kill all the Bajarans. Like, other than that, nothing that Ducat says or does in this episode is new to his character. Like,
yeah,
everything, like, we knew all of this about him already. It's
he
just
just
the
wasn't
episode.
quite as noisy about it.
Yeah, this episode just makes it impossible to deny. You know, it's like, we knew that he was a space Nazi from the very beginning. From the first episode, we knew who he was. We knew what his job had been. We knew, like, none of this is new. We've known this. But because the episode takes any pretense of, well, maybe there's some complexity and maybe there's some gray area, and, you know, maybe he'll see the error of his ways and he'll redeem himself. Like, nope, that's not happening.
No.
Nope, that's not happening. Like, people were like, oh no. So anyway, but yeah, I like this episode. I like the
Yeah.
you know, it's very, like I said, it's like someone in the chat said it would make a good 2-act play. It is one of those episodes where, because it revolves so strongly around just two characters in one setting, like,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like a drama, like a stage drama, in a good way.
Waiting for Worf.
Except Worf does show up.
Yes.
Worf does show up eventually.
Yep. But it happens off screen.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
did
true.
Worf really show up?
Maybe not. Yeah. So anyway.
See,
good for Star Trek in the Park. I like that, Liz.
Mr. I love the end. Cisco should have yelled at the end. We had access to a food replicator this whole time, and you still made me drink your soup. See, this is the true evidence that Gul Dukat is evil.
You know what Gul Dukat should have said to Cisco?
Drink my soup?
You don't like me cooking? From your favorite movie, The Lighthouse.
Oh, okay.
When when Willem Dafoe goes off on his epic rant. You don't like me cooking. And actually, and he's drinking from Robert Pattinson is drinking from a tin cup that's kind of like the cup that Cisco has, and he fucking throws it at him. You're fond of me, lobster. I seen it. You're fond of me, lobster. Say it. Say it. And it's the same situation. Oh my God, he won't say it, and then he fucking loses it.
They're not in a lighthouse. How's it the same situation?
Well, the same, over the dispute over the cooking, you see. And he won't say what the other guy wants him to say, see? If only Willem Dafoe had played Gul Dukat. No disrespect to Mark Alimo, who was brilliant, but if only Willem Dafoe had played Gul Dukat. Oh, what heights we could have reached.
Sure.
You're a heretic when it comes to the lighthouse. You're a heretic.
No.
You can watch that. Never mind the whole movie, which is genius. Boring. But that one scene where Willem Dafoe goes off on his fucking demented soliloquy because the other guy doesn't like his cooking. Oh.
And I just wanted it to be over. And then it was. Eventually it was. And that was really nice.
Zerulian's with me. Zerulian says, I have that speech as my you must wake up alarm tone. The entire speech, so if you don't turn the alarm off, you hear that entire Willem Dafoe speech. That
would get me to turn off the alarm.
Play it in my dreams.
Cerulean, no.
It's such a great movie.
So boring.
Such a great movie.
So interminably boring.
If I had a steak, oh boy. If I had a raw, bloody steak,
I would cook it and then I'd eat it.
Well, that's not what old Robert Pattinson says he's going to do with it.
I know, and I don't care.
Anyway, shall we?
I'm so glad I will never have any reason to watch that movie. Now, that's not true. If somebody paid me, I was going to say millions of dollars, but I'd probably do it for $1,000.
You would. You'd lower yourself to watch one of the best movies of the last 20 years if somebody gave you $1,000.
I would suffer through that.
You don't like The Lighthouse. You don't like The Great Gatsby. You don't like nothing good.
I like your videos, Steve.
Oh, thank you, Dana. You like good things. I take it all back.
I have good taste. And then I have to take Gatsby. Okay,
you should be so lucky. Frank. I love that you call him Frank. You have like no respect for this.
I have like the opposite
for this great American writer. Frank. Nice sentence, Frank.
No, they're not nice sentences.
Well, you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm just being direct. They're not nice sentences. Okay. He doesn't even deserve sarcasm. Yes. Okay. Caitlin, not Wordle is kaput until I can actually take a freaking break.
Yeah, well, I do want to address 255 AD's question because he's asked it a few times, and I'm afraid he won't be able to get to sleep tonight if we don't.
All right.
Respond to it. Okay. Do you think people who latch onto characters like that, meaning like Dukat or Fasci characters, might have some unconscious fascist sympathies to think a character like Dukat has redeeming qualities? Not necessarily. I mean, in some cases.
Yeah, but it's not inherently an indicator of Fasci sympathies.
No.
I think it's more a hope that anyone can be redeemed. I think that's a lot of it. You know, that there is hope for anyone.
And I think also a lot of it is people don't pay attention to shit they watch, and people have really poor comprehension skills. Because like I said, I mean, I wasn't even necessarily the biggest fan of Andor, but I did watch the show and pay attention to it, even when it was trying my patience. And it's like, there's no ambiguity about who these people are. You know, like, it's not like even though they're complex characters, The show is not, leading you down a path where you're going to say, well, maybe he's going to turn out to be a good guy. Like, no, no.
Well, I
And the
think
same thing with Ducat. Like, if you pay attention, he's not a good guy.
I think it's less a case of not paying attention to the show and more a case of la 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 la. I want it to be possible, just willfully ignoring all of the very clear evidence and saying this is not what I want. Therefore,
yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah. And yeah, yes. Darth Eddie, yeah. There's a difference between a good character and a character being like a good person that you admire as a person. But yeah, Darth Vader's a great character. He's not a good guy. Like, I'm not on his side in the story. He's a great character. Just like Ducat. My God, Ducat's one of the best characters in all of Star Trek. I'm not on his side for a second. He's a bastard. But as a character, he's great. Yeah.
So yeah, as Caitlin says, charitylinks.page.
Yes.
So let's not forget the whole end of show spiel, which is
Indeed.
that this week we have Ask Away on Friday. So day after tomorrow, same channel. I will not be here. I'll be in the chat, hopefully, barring catastrophe. And I've already submitted my question. So if you are a patron or a channel member, you can check your email or just check the community page, I think. Yes.
Yep.
Or
right.
the patron page and follow the link to the Google form and type in your ask for Steve. What show number are we on right now?
The next one is 198.
Woohoo! So you still have 1,000 characters.
You still have 1,000 characters for your question.
Characters. Yes. So yeah, send that in, and then Steve will read your brilliant work live on the stream, answer your question at least to the best of his ability, and we also don't forget we also get to watch a Steffi short.
That's right.
And then after all that's taken care of, he will hang out with us in the chat, and yeah, that'll be lots of fun. And then also next week, this time, do whatever you like, because I will be
because we're off for this show next week. Yes.
And then the week after, we'll be back for another episode of DS9, which is
on the complete opposite side of the spectrum from the one we just watched, an intentionally goofy episode called Who Mourns for Morn.
Aw. I think if something bad happened to Morn, we all would. Anyway, let's find out week after next. And
or
then
would we just bless the silence?
Maybe we would enjoy it.
Enjoy the silence. I got that one.
Good for you. All right. So also don't forget to look down in the description for links to organizations that we believe in and encourage you to support financially or by working with them if you have the opportunity to do so, as well as charitylinks.page, which has Ko-Fis, GoFundMes, etc. of friends and associates of ours who could use some financial support as well, because helping people is good.
It sure is, Dana. It sure is. All right. Well, I will see you all on Friday for Ask Away. We will be off next week because of Dana's play, but we'll see you back here for another one of these in 2 weeks.
I mean, technically, we all will see you on Friday.
That's true. You all will see. I won't see any of you.
You'll be at home by yourself as usual.
I'll be here staring at this webcam, talking to you. Yes.
The world will be as it should be.
Indeed. All right. See you Friday, everybody. Or you'll see me Friday.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, everybody.